Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here on KREM 2 News at noon on this Monday. I'm Laura Papetti. Good to see you today. Good to see Jenny Powers. She is outside. And Jenny, what a beautiful morning it's been so far, but we may have some showers on the way.
Yeah, that's right, Laura. I'm out here right now in the Outdoor Weather Center where, yes, it is absolutely gorgeous. We are trending partly cloudy. This is a live look for you over Lake Coeur d'Alene. Our current temperature's fairly mild. 55 degrees is where we're sitting at right now in Spokane, with just a little bit of a breeze coming out of the southwest at 9 miles per hour sustained. We're in the low to mid 60s, though, out toward Moses Lake and Wenatchee, seeing even clearer conditions toward central Washington. 51 degrees for Coeur d'Alene, that is experiencing a little bit more cloud cover, and 50 degrees currently through Sandpoint, Idaho. On our current satellite and radar, although it's dry for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, we have started to see some of this pop-up activity up toward northeast Washington and through the North Idaho Panhandle, although some of this instability is primarily going to be impacting our higher terrain up toward the mountains. But here in the lowlands, we could see a few quick sprinkles here and there this afternoon. So that's what we get as we put our future tracker into motion here. A few pop-up scattered to isolated showers possible, although at worst here, yes, we are expecting just some light sprinkles of some brief, quick passing showers this afternoon. It's going to be pretty comparable to what we saw over this past weekend. Daytime highs today, we still have room to climb, upper 50s across Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. 68 degrees for Moses Lake, 73 is what we're seeing down toward Richland. We're at 67 out toward Wenatchee, 55 degrees for Bonners Ferry and Sandpoint, Idaho. And when we take a look at some of these temperatures, I mean, it's very close to our average here for Spokane. As we take a look at that, just a couple of degrees below it. Also, sunset tonight, 7:57 p.m. So not quite those 8 p.m. sunsets, but folks, we are just a couple days away from that. A look at your extended forecast, though, because I'm tracking a warm up by this upcoming weekend that's ahead. Laura?
The person who allegedly opened fire outside of this weekend's White House Correspondents' Dinner will be making his first appearance in federal court today. Now, authorities say the alleged shooter wrote what's called a manifesto that says he was targeting Trump administration officials, quote, from highest ranking to lowest. Now, Natalie Brand has more.
And by that time, we started to realize maybe it was a bad problem, different kind of a problem, bad one.
In an interview with CBS News' 60 Minutes, President Trump recounts the moments after gunshots were heard just outside the ballroom of the White House Correspondents' Dinner on Saturday.
That moment where it looks like you go sort of down with the service, you were telling them to wait?
Well, no, what happened is then I started walking with them. I started walking. And they said, please go down on the floor.
The suspect, 31-year-old Cole Allen from California, is set to appear in court today. CBS News obtained a copy of what investigators call his manifesto. In it, Allen allegedly talked about wanting to target administration officials from highest ranking to lowest.
He had a lot of change. He's been going through a lot.
Secret Service officers captured the suspect as he tried to charge the security checkpoint Saturday night. One officer was shot in his bulletproof vest and is said to be okay. Sources tell CBS News the suspect checked into the Washington Hilton the day before the dinner and used the stairwell to evade security carrying a bag of weapons.
That individual, when he charged the checkpoint, was apprehended. It shows that our multi-layered protection works.
CBS News has learned White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles will convene a meeting this week with the U.S. Secret Service and Department of Homeland Security to assess protocols for presidential events.
In this moment, in this security environment, the paradigms of the past may not be sufficient to meet the moment.
A senior White House official tells CBS News that President Trump is standing by the Secret Service while also ordering a review of security procedures. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Get out.
And we are learning more today about the deadly car crash that killed 3 teenagers in Othello yesterday afternoon. A 19-year-old has been arrested on 3 counts of vehicular homicide. We are still gathering more details on this, but here's some of what we know right now. Yesterday at about 1:30 in the afternoon, Adams County deputies were called to the scene of a fatal car crash. This is along West Bench Road in Othello. We don't know much about the crash or the victims right now, but the Adams County Sheriff's Office is asking anyone with information to call the Sheriff's Office. And again, we know that somebody is facing charges. More to come on that. Tonight, Spokane City Council will vote on a resolution that would put a funding initiative on the ballot for the Spokane Transit Authority. Now, back in 2016, voters did approve a 0.2% sales tax for public transportation. However, that tax is set to end in 2028. So if passed, this initiative would show up in the August primary ballot, and it would be asking voters to make the funding permanent. Early voting for the May 19th primary election begins today for 13 Idaho counties, including Clearwater, Idaho, Lewis, and Nez Perce counties. In this election, you'll be able to vote for governor, secretary of state, attorney general, as well as state representatives and senators. This election determines who will be on the ballot for the November general election. You can find everything you need to know on voteidaho.gov. Last night, Coeur d'Alene Fire Department and Kootenai County Fire and Rescue started lighting its buildings red, and it's all part of the Light the Night for Fallen Firefighters. This will continue through next week, ending on Sunday, May 3rd. That Sunday, Battalion Chief John Morrison of Coeur d'Alene Fire Department and Battalion Chief Frank Harwood of Kootenai County Fire and Rescue will have their names added to the National Fallen Firefighters Memorial. Both men were killed in the ambush on Canfield Mountain last summer. The fire department say the community can support by using red bulbs at homes and businesses as well. Also, former Idaho Governor Dirk Kempthorne has died at the age of 74. It happened in Boise on Friday night. Kempthorne was elected governor in 1998 and then was re-elected in 2002. He later was the Secretary of the Interior for the Bush administration. Right now, flags in Idaho are at half staff. Governor Little released a statement about his passing, and he said, quote, "Our friendship goes back to our college days, where Dirk and I shared the same state government class, an experience that helped set the course for a lifetime of public service for him." He also said Dirk's career was extraordinary.